Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the third Gartshore Organ Festival. And oh my goodness, have we got 6 exciting concerts lined up for you. Starting tonight, Friday night is music night, and fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen, for a number of reasons. First of all, it is incredibly stormy out there today. We already lost electricity once today, which was not good. We lost internet today as well. So fingers crossed that everything is going to work and stays working. It's been quite an interesting day. William Galloway, thank you very much indeed. The tickets are flying in already and we've only just started. Thank you very much indeed, Bill. I hope you don't mind me calling you Bill, but that, I think, actually, that's nice that you mentioned that. Nice that that's in there because we've got some new toys this evening to play with. And we hope that all these toys work. I've been spending the last few hours trying to get our new toys working, but more on that as the evening progresses. So how are you all this week, ladies and gentlemen? Vanessa and I have had a very busy week, if nothing else. A very busy week, and it's only going to get worse. So that's half the fun of it. Here we are then, it's festival time, which means 6 concerts back to back from the Gartshores for the Gartshore gang. That's a yo. Tonight is going to be the opening concert. Tomorrow evening will be a concert of lovey-dovey tunes from throughout the ages, a night of romance. On Sunday night we will have a silent film night where we will accompany once again some silent films with organ accompaniment. Organ accompaniment? Yes. It might be theatre organ accompaniment, it might be classical organ accompaniment, it might be both. Ooh la la, surprise on Sunday. On Monday night, it's Oscar night, so film music night. Good fun indeed. Tuesday night is at the Jazz Band Ball, as always, and Wednesday is our closing concert. So there you are. And I read all of that without looking at a poster anywhere. I'm amazing. How did I manage to memorize that? This, ladies and gentlemen, the opening piece for this evening is a piece of music commissioned by my old friend Dirk from Switzerland. And this was part of my Organ Works collection. I called the album Fraser Gartshore's Organ Works, which is a play on words if you come from the United Kingdom. I won't tell you exactly what it means, it's very naughty. And there are 10 different works in here, and all good fun. And this was the first one. It's a piece of music called Direct Blast. And it was supposed to be a sort of an upbeat rock number, and I think it kind of worked. Now, we have a selection of fun requests for this evening already, so thank you for your requests. We have a few new names as well on the request list, which is rather exciting, and some repeated pieces, some new pieces, some different pieces, and some, wow, I'd never have imagined pieces. Can you pop that to the side? I want it later, so thank you very much. Now, in the background, Vanessa is doing her usuals. I tried to convince Vanessa that she needs to use a microphone this evening, but she's still very shy. Hands up if you think Vanessa should use a microphone so that she can speak to the audience. Let's have a thumbs up in the chat if you think Vanessa needs a microphone. Let's do that. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we had a couple of requests for a couple of hymns, believe it or not. Yes, an organ music evening would not be complete without hymns. So here we are. Actually, let's not. Let's stick to this book here. And the hymn we're looking for is, he said, trying to find it, index of tunes, that'll do. Here it should be, there we are. Let's take this version of it. And what key is that in? It's in the key of A flat. Well, that'll do. Key of A flat. Right, let's have a piece of music by a guy called Bourgeois. Who the hell is Mr. Bourgeois? Well, Mr. Bourgeois was the composer of a wonderful piece of music known around the world as the Old Hundredth. You all know it as the Old Hundredth. And this was a request not that long ago by our friend Joe. And Joe and Marie from South Carolina, we had a lovely chat the other night. Joe and Marie and I, we got on a little video chat the other night, and it was absolutely wonderful. It was great to finally meet them face to face. And we had a good, I don't know, we chatted, how long did we chat for? Well over an hour. Well over an hour. We had a great chat and we had a wonderful time. We laughed a lot, and it was great to see both, well, bits of Joe. Joe was sort of heading in, he was holding the camera. I got to see Marie most of the time, and Joe was sort of poking his head in from time to time. So I almost got to see all of Joe. So there you are. But wonderful, wonderful to finally meet them. And of course, you all know Joe. He's in the chat tonight under another name. Joe's a cheeky sod. He's always in there under other names. And he requests the most amazing pieces of music, but this time he requested something very sensible. So let's play and let's improvise around the tune The Old Hundredth. See what we can do with this. Now, what button do I press here? This one. She's having fun in the background. Hello, there we are. That was the old 100th played around with and improvised upon for our good friend Joe. And Joe just asked in the background, what are we going to do for Vanessa's birthday? Well,
Ich habe eine Antwort.
oh, Vanessa has an answer.
7 Leben.
7 lives. That cannot be. That cannot be. Can that be granted? Can we turn Vanessa into a cat?
Wie kommen die denn auf Rega? Wer hat dir den Rega gegeben? Für was?
Nobody. Rega? Who said Rega?
Rega. Besten 13 Auswahl, einen muss er spielen und dann Rega, Bach, Kontrapunkt und Sikowski in den Start. Hä? Wird das verpasst?
Am besten 13, also eines muss er spielen und dann. Yes, Gleiswanderer, no, to all of those things. Definitely not. Good God. Yes, you may have noticed we've changed some camera angles and some other things, exciting things are happening. And yes, yesterday Vanessa and I went to the wonderful city of Cologne, a wonderful place. And in Cologne there is an establishment simply called Music Store. And it sells everything connected with, well, either music obviously, but also this kind of stuff, production, television production. You can buy everything there. There's wonderful stuff. And we bought, thanks to your generosity, because this was supposed to be for Vanessa's birthday, but it arrived early, shall we say. Your generosity came early, so we got it. So actually, Vanessa, kannst du mir den alten geben? Das kleine?
Ja, das muss ich dann jetzt holen.
Ja, eben. Das kann ich nicht. Das kann ich nicht. Vanessa's keeping an eye on the chat on the way past, but I wanted to go and pick something up very quickly and try not to disturb the cameras on the way past. That was clever. How did you do that? Up until now, we've been using this to stream our concerts, our live concerts. This is the Black Magic Design ATEM Mini Pro, and it's a wonderful piece of kit where you can put in 4 HDMI sources. They don't have to be cameras. Anything that you connect via HDMI, it can be a screen, it can be anything. And and we've been using this, and it's been absolutely wonderful. But we've noticed it's kind of limited. You can only have sort of a couple of things on screen at a time. Now, this has a bigger sister, and it's called the ATEM Mini Extreme. And it's called Extreme because it has an extreme amount of buttons on it. I can't show you it, but there's probably about, I don't know, at least 110 buttons on it. So that times at least 4 for all the different buttons. And it does all sorts of amazing things. Now, I don't know what it does yet. Vanessa doesn't know either. We spent all afternoon setting it up to get where we were now. And that took a hell of a long time, but you can do all sorts of things with it. So it's not just picture in picture. You can have several different pictures on the screen. You can have different graphics coming in. You can have all sorts. It's too much, man. So we're going to be working this out over the next few days and weeks to see what we can do with it. But the most amazing feature of this is each of the individual camera sources, so the feet, this one, that one, and other cameras as we managed to plug them in here, they will all be recorded separately. Haha, this is rather clever. So while Vanessa is being the director and switching between cameras live, every individual camera is being recorded separately, so I can go back in the future and remix everything and make new videos out of it. Now that sounds like fun, but it also means that if I'm just recording a video for you guys for normal YouTube, I can just set up all the cameras, press record, it will do it all for me, and then I can mix and match later. I don't need to worry about anything like time codes and word clocks and all that sort of nonsense. It's all perfectly in sync from the very beginning. It's a very clever piece of kit. Far too expensive for what it is, but it's absolutely amazing. And like we say, thanks to your generosity, it was Vanessa's early birthday present. So there you are. Thank you very much. This, by the way, we're going to be selling this. So if anyone's interested, get in touch. gang@gartshore.de. It's not unused, but it's as new. And we have it in its original packaging and all the bits that go with it and things like that. So if you're interested, get in touch with Vanessa and Cesar. We're going to Music Store. Istanbulstraße. Ja. Istanbulstraße in Köln, in Deutsch. Ja. Marek, Music Store ist in der Istanbulstraße in Deutsch. Neben der riesengroßen, ist das Obi oder Bauhaus? Bauhaus, oder? Bauhaus. It's next to a huge thing. Anyway, there we are. There we are. So that's that. Now, we've had some very interesting requests, like I said, including this wonderful request for a piece of Irish music, which just happens to be in the hymn book. Now, the other day, I played St. Patrick's Breastplate. Naughty, naughty. I played that. Now that's of course coming up. That's coming up on the channel for our St. Patrick's, which is coming up soon. When is St. Patrick's? Come on, everybody, when is St. Patrick's? But we got a request for this one. Oh, I didn't write down the name. Sorry, an anonymous request. I forgot to write down the name for this wonderful tune, and it is a beautiful tune. Some people know it as Oh Danny Boy, and some people know it as Londonderry, and some people just know it as Londonderry Air. Cheeky people call it London Bum, London Derriere. Get it? London Derriere. No? Okay, never mind. Here we go. Which one? This one. Vanessa's having fun with her new toy. Yes, yes.
Wieder mehr Möglichkeiten.
By the way, I have to point out, if you're new to this evening and you see my name in the chat, it's not me, it's actually Vanessa. Vanessa's, oh, she just uses the channel name, as it were, to answer all the things here. She doesn't use her own handle. Vanessa has her own YouTube channel, by the way, but there's only a couple of videos on there, and there's a very good reason for that, which will all become apparent soon. Anyway, isn't that beautiful? There we are. That was Londonderry. Londonderry Air. Now, that was in my favorite key of them all, D flat major. I love D flat major. It's just absolutely beautiful. Oh, it's wonderful. It's also the great key if you want to play Count Basie. You know Count Basie? Because it's one of the easiest ones to stretch a tenth in your right hand. Yeah. And Count Basie didn't have the largest of hands. He had pretty decent sized hands, but not as big as someone like Fats Waller, for example. But yes, for a nice tenth. And it's good because you can do a tenth in the left hand at the same time and the right hand. Which gives you big, meaty sounding, wonderful sixth chords. Great fun indeed. Right, now, there are various people in the audience here this evening who for one reason or another have been, shall we say, kept quiet over the past few weeks. And one of those has been Ian, our friend Ian from the north of Scotland. And Ian had a wonderful, well, yes, when I say wonderful, I mean sort of in the awe-inspiring word wonderful, trip to hospitals for various broken legs. And unfortunately, things didn't go as planned, so he ended up back in hospital again. And poor Ian has been back in hospital over the past couple of weeks getting things done to him. But I understand he is no longer in hospital. He's back home and is probably full of painkillers and having away with the fairies, probably, having a wonderful time. At least I hope you are. But Ian wrote me a lovely message this evening and asked for one of the following and came up with some interesting requests. And this one we haven't played for a very long time, and I think it fits perfectly in an opening concert to an organ festival because it's Italian opera. That makes sense, doesn't it? But we can have so much fun with it. It is the Grand March from Aida from Joe Green, otherwise known as Giuseppe Verdi, who lived between 1813 and 1901 and for a long time was the richest musician in the world. There you are, bet you didn't know that. Something I cannot say. fun here. Maido. Maido. What a wonderful name. That sounds like something Finnish or Estonian or something up that way. What a wonderful name. Thank you. A ticket is coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, if you are interested in helping us out, it's festival time, and of course, Vanessa's playing with all the different things she can do here with her different wipes and mixes, and what else can you do? Which one don't you like? Show me which one you don't like. Dip, no, dip's useless. That goes to white in the middle. That's not very good. But we can have it dip to black, and then we can have it dip to orange, and we can have it dip to any color. We don't like the... Why not? Hmm? Oh, I see. Oh, the position of it. Right, okay. Work in progress. Right, having fun nonetheless. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your festival tickets. We've got we've revamped everything for this festival here. As you can see, the banner at the bottom of the screen. Thank you for your festival ticket. If you click on the PayPal link, everything is new there as well. We've vamped it up a bit to make it look slightly more professional. So we're definitely moving forwards and getting things going. Now, dip to cauliflower. Oh, Cam, please. God.
Wir hatten schon eine andere Idee. Weißt du, was wir jetzt machen wollen? Die Idee finde ich nicht so schlecht.
Uh-oh. No, see, if you had a did you all want a microphone on Vanessa? They did, didn't they? Yes, they did. Of course she only speaks German.
Eine Kiste machen mit Blumenkohl beklebt, und da kommen alle Stücke rein, die du nicht magst, und jede Woche kommt ein Blumenkohlstück, also ein Stück aus der Blumenkohl.
And then?
Dass du spielen musst.
No. No, there's not enough money in the world that would make me do that. Let me explain that to you. If you're new to this magnificent group called the Gartshore Gang, first of all, welcome. And secondly, congratulations on your impeccable taste. Now, these concerts, normally we do a Friday night and a Sunday night concert live here from Gartshore Gang headquarters. That's this magnificent machine here. And the software Hauptwerk running it in the background. And the idea is I play lots of organ music, and I play everything. I play classical organ music like that, or hymns, but I also play jazzy stuff, pop stuff, rock and roll stuff, whatever. You name it, I will try it, I will do it. And from time to time, people come along and request, oh, thank you for, someone just put up a ticket, thank you very much. I didn't see the name, it flashed on the screen and disappeared, so sorry about that. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? Vanessa's chatting in the background. And in between all those pieces that I do prepare, we have special or spontaneous requests. For example, Ian's request was a special request because I got that earlier. I got to dig out the music. I got to have a quick look at it on the way past and sort of work out which registrations I was going to use to do it. Thank you, Ian. So things like that. There are, of course, also spontaneous requests. And those of you who have known us longer know that there are certain pieces of or certain types of classical music by certain composers that my tiny little brain just doesn't want to play. It just can't. I'm that dyslexic towards those people. Johann Sebastian Bach, for example. Yes, I'm an organist and I don't play Bach. And I'm proud of that fact. I don't play much by Bach simply because it's too much for my tiny brain. I would rather play Widor, Vierne, Duruflé, Messiaen. I'd play any of those things rather than have to play Bach. I would quite happily play the entire works of, I don't know, let's say the entire works of Cesar Franck. There we are, we've got some Franck tonight as well. Cesar Franck. I'd rather play the entire works of Cesar Franck blindfolded than play anything by Bach. Okay? I don't know why. I find Franck easy, I find Bach impossible. So there you are. And obviously, if you move forwards in time, then you get to Max Reger. Yes, and I'm not going to say any more about that. So there you are. Can I give you that? Thank you very much. The grey book? Yeah. Oh, the grey book is in the cupboard. Oh, I tidied up the cupboards today as well. Everything's looking beautiful and tidy. Right, let's have something soft and gentle. Where am I? Oh, there it is. Right, here we go. This is a piece of music. I haven't played this for a very long time. This piece of music I actually arranged for the organ together with a guy called Pierre Pince-Maille. Remember him? Crazy French organist from Saint-Denis. The first ever Cavaille call organ. And Pierre was mad. I loved him to bits, mad. Typical sort of little French organist, tiny little guy, constantly with a cigarette hanging out the side of his mouth. Even when he was playing the organ in the cathedral, there was always smoke coming from the organ loft. And what wonderful character. And if he ever went abroad or went anywhere to play concerts, he would insist that the organizers would take him to dinner before the concert and after the concert. And before the concert, he would eat an enormous bloody red steak and drink a few glasses of wonderful red wine with it, then play the concert, then go back to the restaurant and do exactly the same again. Wonderful, eccentric guy. I loved him to bits. He was great fun. And he came across this lovely old manuscript by Maurice Duruflé. Now, he knew Duruflé. They were friends. Well, they were colleagues, let's put it like that. And he found this manuscript and he gave it to me and said, can you write that out for organ, please? So I did. And this is what came out at the end of that. And it's a lovely piece of music. It's been arranged by others over the years, and they've got little mistakes in it because I have the original manuscript stolen from the Duruflés, but never mind. I have a photocopy of it. It's not the actual original. Nonetheless, it's rather lovely. Now, what I need to do is set up this organ to sound very sort of meaty. And to get it to sound meaty, I need to sort of do that. Yeah, that's going to be kind of good. Let's couple that, and probably that. And then all I need to do is couple that later. Right. Actually, oh, stop. That's not going to work, is it? Actually, it might. Okay, we're going to have to spontaneously do some registration here, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, this won't work. So what I have to do is, first of all, go in here. Okay, this is spontaneous. It wasn't supposed to be spontaneous. The joy of these things is you can save combinations of stops. You can save them all over the place. Let's save that right now. Let's get rid of that for the moment. We need something soft and gentle, but rather beautiful at the same time. That's quite nice, but I don't like that. Oh God, that's horrible. Don't want that. What about that an octave higher? That's quite big, isn't it? That's too big. We need that, really. We need that. We need a very soft flute. Let's have this. Oh, I like that. Let's have that. Right, let's have that and that. Sorry, I'm talking to myself and telling you how I do this. So I'm going to save that on my first registrations. Now, for the second registration, I'm going to beef this up a bit with all these naughty stops here. And we're going to just have all of that. And we're going to couple that and all that together. Right, that's the second one. And then it goes back to the first one. So let's take that and save that on there. And I suppose at the end we can add 32 foot on the pedal to make it sound all beefy. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that. Let's put a few more of those on just in case I cock it up. Say save, and off we go. Right, cheery bye to you. Here we are then, a very non-spontaneous version of the hommage Jean Galland. Jean Galland was Maurice Duruflé's harmony teacher. So there you are. So he must have known his stuff. He must have been rather good. How am I doing this? I'm doing this here. Okay, check this out. Sorry, Vanessa was asking me a question in the background about something in the chat that was rather interesting. Isn't that a beautiful melody? It's so simple. That's typical du Rouflet. So haunting. How do you do that? How do you do that? Yeah, just get a beautiful haunting melody. So simple. But then there's accompaniment. Isn't that just, it's so simple. I don't know why. Now, this, some would argue, is counterpoint. I suppose it is counterpoint, isn't it? But I don't know, it just makes so much more musical sense than the music of certain German composers. I don't know, there's something about it. That's just, it's beautiful. Lovely piece of music, isn't it? If you're interested in getting that, get in touch and I will send you, for a small fee of course, send you my copy of the Hommage à Jean Galland that I edited for Pinsmire. And it was then passed on to none other than Olivier Latry, because he heard it on a CD that Pierre recorded and asked where it came from, and then he found out that I wrote it, so he got in touch with me and said, "Oi, send that." So I did. So there you are. So Olivier plays my arrangement. There you are. Bet you didn't know that. Oh, sorry. That was a request for someone called Seb, S-E-B. So I'm guessing that's at Sebastian. It might not be. It could be something else. So that was for Seb. So thank you, Seb, for your request. Very nice. We don't know who Seb is. Seb seems to be new. Do we know Seb? We don't know Seb. Seb's new. Welcome, Seb. Welcome to the Gartshore gang. Very good. So, who else is here this evening? Joe Green. Joe Green is. Giuseppe Verdi is back. Giuseppe Verdi is back. Actually, let's. How are we doing for time? It's 11 o'clock. So I think we've had that. We've had that. We've had that. We haven't had that or that or that. Let's have this first then. This was a request by JP. Only two letters. We don't know who JP is. Two initials. That could be a French person called Jean-Pierre. It could be a German person called Jan Patrick. It could be Jan Petersen. Oh, it could be Jan Petersen. It could be an English language person called John Philip. It could be, who knows? Who knows who it is? I beg your pardon? Johann Putzmecki. What? What's that? What? Oh, okay, I think Vanessa's lost it. The fumes of the new ATEM are getting to Vanessa. Are you having a good time, ladies and gentlemen, this evening? This is our festival opening concert, and as usual, it's a kind of a spontaneous concert. So here we are with a spontaneous request that came in about 4 minutes before the concert started. The Coronation March from The Prophet by Giacomo Meyerbeer. It should be pronounced, a sort of German, Austrian, not Italian composer. Wonderful. The Coronation March. I'm not sure. Have I played this before? I think I have. I can't remember. Let's see if I can get my fingers and feet around it. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you can help us out by buying festival tickets on the way past, all going to a very good cause. More on that soon. I got to press a button by myself. Oh, that almost worked. Sight reading at its best, ladies and gentlemen. At least it was in the key of E flat or A flat major, which made it easy to sight read. Whew, that's not as easy as I thought it was. One must practice. One must practice. One must find time. Good fun, though, nonetheless. Wow. Okay, thank you very much for that. Right, now, before we move on to the fun music, we're going to have a piece of music by Mr. Cesar Franck. This was requested by John. John, I do not know who John is, just John. We got an email, and I looked at the email address, and the email address was gobbledygook at, I don't know, was it Hotmail or Gmail or something. So we don't know who John is. John could be anybody. And John said he came across an old video of mine where I played one of the only pieces I play at the moment, or I have in my regular repertoire, by Monsieur Cesar Franck. And that's the pièce héroïque, which is definitely my favorite piece of music by Franck. It's wonderful, it's over the top. Now, something that's very important if you're going to play the music of Cesar Franck on the organ, do not take the written note too literally. Franck was a notoriously lazy writer, and some of his pieces, if things repeat themselves in the pieces, the notation is completely different. And that's just because Franck scribbled things down and then just passed it on to the publisher, who just published it as it was. Not much editing went on in those days. Now, over the years, various organ professors of mine have taken my score here of the pièce héroïque, and they have altered it, amended it, improved on it, changed it, and whatever else. So this is the international version then of the pièce héroïque. This piece has been altered by a guy called Tom, who's my old organ teacher, who is sadly no longer with us. A guy called Russell, who was my first organ teacher, who is also sadly no longer with us. A guy called Tim, who is definitely still with us. Not Tom, but Tim. A guy called Tim, who is still with us. And he taught me this in the most very strict English way, which is just wrong, basically. Then I have a wonderful version of it by some guy called Olivier somewhere. Can't remember his other name. He's sort of, he's got a little beard like this and plays a big organ that doesn't work at the moment. Anyway, so this has been changed and altered by all of those people over the years, and this is theoretically the international version of the pièce héroïque, played this evening on the French-sounding Swiss organ in the German church Düren, which is close to Cologne, actually. Anyway, never mind. Crazy. We'll have a player. Pièce héroïque, Cesar Franck's piece of music to the French Revolution. Get that? Did you get the? Hold on. Did you? Where is it? The timpani tolling in the death. Mm. Wonderful piece of music, typical Cesar Franck with all the goodies involved. Cesar Franck. Our overhead camera has stopped working apparently, so let me unplug it, replug it, and see what happens. It's dead. It's dead. Oh God, that's poo. Ugh. Our overhead is currently my iPhone, and it seems to be working. It just obviously stopped itself. Hold on, let's reset it. I can't see it because I turn it down so that the battery doesn't disappear. Actually, let's pop some light on that so we can see what we're doing. Sorry about this. These things happen, it's live, and that's the fun of it. So good that this is happening now while it's live and nothing happening later. Right, so that's that. Now, let me put this back where it's supposed to be. Oh God, normally I stand up to do this. Get in. Swine thing, and click. There we go. Is that straight? Muss ein bisschen zurück, oder? How about that? That'll do? It's straight enough. Straight enough. Straight enough for us. Have you got our festival picture in there? I've already told everybody. Yeah? Yes. Yeah? Vanessa wants... Oh, all right. We're going to try something that we haven't done yet. That we haven't programmed yet. Streams. Streams. They should be there. Give it here. No, no, no. Give it here. Where are the? I had the streams and a fast, so it should be there for everybody. There we are. Streams, right? Let's pop them back in there where they should be. There you go. Streams. Festival JPEG. That's the one we want, isn't it? Festival JPEG. Click. There. Hey, that's not right. Oh, sod that. Right, let's do that again. Festival poster, that's the one we want. There you are. The joy of technology. We're having fun with technology tonight. It's sort of working and sort of not. Right, now. Shall we do it now? You can put it in number 1. And then when it's ready, you just press number 1 auto. This is so exciting. We've got lots of new graphic possibilities here, but we've just got to work out where to put them within the sort of ATEM software. It's so confusing, but it's working. Right, here's our, ready? Here's our festival poster. 3, 2, 1, click. There it is. Festival poster. So tonight is the opening concert. We're in the middle of the opening concert. Tomorrow night, a night of romance. Lots of lovey-dovey songs from throughout the ages. And I say songs, I mean pieces of music, obviously. But we start with some Baroque goodies and then we sort of scream through the decades, as it were, with lots of lovey-dovey songs. Some of them will appear in medley form. Some of them will appear as individual pieces, compositions, improvisations, and so on. Arrangements, I suppose. Sunday night is our silent film night, where we will be accompanying no more than 2 and no less than 1 silent films with organ accompaniment, be it a theatre organ or a classical organ. Join us to find out more. That will be fun. I love doing that. Silent film accompaniment is an art form that's, of course, died out, but there are sort of a few folks who still do it, and it's great fun. Absolutely great fun. Continuing with the film theme, on Monday, March the 13th, it's And the Oscar Goes To. Obviously, Monday night is Oscar night over in Hollywood land, and here in Gartshore Gangland, it's going to be a night of Oscar and related film music, so that's going to be good fun. Again, played on a variety of organs here. On Tuesday night, March the 14th, we're going to don our sunglasses, get out our parasols, and dance about at the Jazz Band Ball, where we'll be playing some fun jazzy numbers for everybody. Get your requests in early for that one. And then, of course, on Wednesday, we will have our closing concert where we will wrap up our festival. And get that done. Vanessa says thumbs up, and that worked. There we are. That's good. Right, that worked. We know how that works now. Oh, that's good. This is exciting. This is exciting. You can have more graphic. You see, in the old machine, the old ATEM, you could only have one graphic at a time. And now we can have up to, I think, 1, 2, hold on, no, I can see it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can have up to 5 graphics and, oh my God, how many different, 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 different camera sources, all on screen at the same time. I don't know how you would do that, but it's possible now. Exciting stuff. So there you are. Now, what's this festival all about? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we love doing our organ festivals. We love we love just, you know, passing the word, spreading the word of wonderful organ music. Organ music is not just Bach, Buxtehude, and anyone else. It's, you know, it's everything. The organ is, historically speaking, an entertainment instrument. It started out as an instrument of entertainment. Now, obviously, a lot of people think it's a church instrument, and yes, it is also a church instrument, but it's not exclusively a church instrument. One mustn't forget that. And pioneers of the, or modern day pioneers of the organ world, the people who are doing this here on YouTube, you know who they are. We're all sort of spreading the word that the organ is not only a church music instrument, it's there for everything. And that brings me neatly on to the next piece of music, which was requested by someone called Harry. And this is amazing. This is right up my street. This is my kind of music. I've no idea what this is going to sound like on the organ. I've never played this piece of music in my life before, but I do know it and I do love it. And funnily enough, while I was out walking the dog this morning, I actually had this piece of music in my earphones. So that's amazing coincidence. I don't know if Harry knew that. Maybe Harry could read my mind. So that was quite amazing, but it's a wonderful piece of music by one of my favorite British bands of all time. And jazz, you know what's coming up. It's ELO, the Electric Light Orchestra. Remember them? Wonderful band, headed, of course, by Jeff Lynne. Jeff Lynne from the Midlands. And Jeff, of course, now lives in Hollywood. He doesn't need to live in the Midlands anymore. He lives in Hollywood now and has a wonderful life. Jeff Lynne with his big afro hairstyle and dark glasses. And Jeff Lynne, over the years, has sort of remastered all the ELO music. Now, the Electric Light Orchestra, they were very sort of pioneering back in the late 70s and 80s with their electronic music, but still very melodic, a lot of sort of almost disco-based stuff as well from the, from the rhythms going on. And Jeff Lynne was one of the most important producers of modern music of all time. Tom Petty did a lot of work with Jeff Lynne together. George Harrison did a lot of work with Jeff Lynne together. Roy Orbison, all of his final records in the late 80s, they were all done with Jeff Lynne together. Don't forget, they were together in a band called the Traveling Wilburys, one of the best all-star bands there ever was. Sadly, Jeff's pretty much the only one of them left. So anyway, but a wonderful tune here from, oh no, I need to change my registrations again. A wonderful tune from the pen of Mr. Lynne, back to ELO days. It's a wonderful piece of music, and it's dedicated from Harry via me to everybody in the audience, because you are based all over the world. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Apart from losing pieces of paper in the middle of that, that was wonderful. Oh, that was good fun. That was good fun. Ah, yes, yes, yes. That's what music's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Having fun. Ooh, Vanessa's enjoying her wipes and swipes and whatever else she's up to there. Ah, great fun stuff. I love that kind of music. Isn't that great? This organ is perfect for it. How do you like those final chords? If you don't know anything about organs, then you have different kinds of pipes in an organ. You have flutes, which are rather nice. You have strings, which sound like an orchestra. Oh no, here. Isn't that cute? You have weird stuff, which sounds like this. Or this, which is rather weird. You have very strange things, which sound like this. Which sounds like a frog with corona. This is that's a medieval frog with corona. You have things called trumpets. You have things called oboes. You have very big trumpets and things at different levels. You have really big, beefy ones at different levels, which do things like this. Then you have trumpets that sit on top of the organ. They're actually physical trumpet looking, they look like trumpet pipes. And they speak horizontally out into the building, into the church or wherever, and they deafen the living daylights out of people. And those are the kinds of stops you need on any kind of organ. Isn't that wonderful? So if you don't know anything about pipe organs, now's the time to find out. All over the world. I see a grey book. What might there be? Oh, we'll do that later. Yes, I do know that. No. Joe doesn't usually want. Who the hell wrote this? That's a terrible version of it. Where did you find that? It's probably in there. Look in there in my jazzy books. It's probably in there. No, definitely not. That's arranged by music on the internet. There's this thing called Muse Score, which is basically a free for all, and people can sort of submit scores that they have written, arranged, or whatever. And some of it's frighteningly bad. This being a perfect example of that. Yep, that's the one. The text there. All right. Joe wants me to sing something, so we'll do it. But while Vanessa's preparing that, I would like to find something from. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Really? 8. Good heavens. I don't know if you found out in the news today, those of you around all over the world, to get back to Jeff Lynne there, but this morning in Germany, in the north, in Hamburg, there was a rather terrible shooting that took place. Vanessa and I don't have television, so we don't know about these things. But we found about it on the internet. And some guy went crazy and shot a bunch of innocent people, presumably, and himself, as far as I know. And this all took place within the Hamburg headquarters of the Jehovah's Witnesses, which is very, very bizarre indeed. That's not the kind of place you would expect anything like this to take place. So obviously Hamburg and the Jehovah's Witnesses communities around the world, all over the world, back to Jeff again, all over the world are definitely in shock about this. It's a rather frightening thing that happened. So our friend Gleiswanderer, who is always here, Gleiswanderer gave me a gift of all the Jehovah's Witnesses hymn tunes, the old and new. And here is one of the new ones. Oh, it's on 3 pages. I have to turn pages here. That's annoying. I'm sure we can work that out though. As a sort of well, let's dedicate it as a dedication to those involved or or troubled by or affected by today's shooting in Hamburg, let's play and dedicate this one to you. It's called wird sie rufen. He shall call them. He will call them. Yeah, I think this is a very fitting dedication to the terrible things that happened in Hamburg this morning. So here we are. Wird sie rufen. wird sie rufen. He will call them. A rather fitting and rather lovely piece. I beg your pardon? Es geht Auferstehung. Yes, it's all about resurrection. Gosh, yes, that then dedicated to those involved, whether actively or passively, in this morning's tragic nonsense in Hamburg. You never sort of imagine that these things happen on your own doorstep, as it were. It's rather horrible when it does. So, quick change of tempo, change of ideas, and I think tasty beverage time for me. It's thirsty work up here tonight. Let's have a tasty beverage. Tasty beverage. Right then. Cheers, everybody. Ha, wonderful. Tasty beverage. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you see people posting, there you are, Cam's done it, Ursa's done it, posting things like tasty. These are, and Vanessa did it as well, these are our very own Gartshore gang emojis. And to get hold of these, feel free to join us here on YouTube, become a channel member. Now, it's a bit of fun, and all these sort of little extras, these thank yous from you, these little memberships here or memberships there from you, these are all very gratefully received and help us keep this sort of enterprise going. Vanessa and I would love to make this our full-time job at some point, and that would be absolutely wonderful. And of course, your assistance is gratefully received. Thank you very much indeed for that. And you know, we do our bit. We try to include all kinds of music, and we try to do everything and include everything, and we spread the word around the world, all over the world, and try to do our little bit. So there are various little things there. You can join us on here as a member from as little as, I think, was it $2.50 a month or something? And that gives you access to our funny little emojis. Now, if you want to become a serious member of the channel, then let me point you in the direction of either Patreon or, as Cam did earlier this evening, Buy Me a Coffee. Now, Buy Me a Coffee is something we've been using for a while now, and Buy Me a Coffee is a very professional sort of support channel, shall we say, where you can, you can buy virtual tickets. Or it's called Buy Me a Coffee because, hey, buy me a coffee, let's have a coffee. I don't drink coffee, so I called it Buy Me a Cuppa. In other words, cup of tea. Buy Me a Cuppa. And people can come on there and just, say thanks, and donate a little something. And we offer extra videos from time to time for people who help us out. And you can now become a member on Buy Me a Coffee as well. Now, this is like Patreon. We also have Patreon, which is a similar sort of thing where people can join in memberships at different levels to help us out, and they receive various extras throughout the days, weeks, months, and years as a thank you from us for helping us out. But Buy Me a Coffee at the moment is very useful because there's something you can do there called a wish list, and thanks to the wish list, we've managed to increase our equipment levels. We got this ATEM Mini Extreme, which is absolutely wonderful. So thank you to you for your generosity there. We are currently saving up for some network storage because we're running out of storage space on all our various disks and drives and whatever else. So that's coming next to the Gartshore enterprise, as it were. And then, as and when things increase, then I will be upgrading this a little bit. Believe it or not, this is a brand new PC. But such is the way of the PC world. The internals of that are already sort of ancient. It's about a year and a half old now, and they're already ancient. So at some point I will be upgrading one or two of the internal bits in there. Nothing too serious. And that's going. And yes, as Cam says, the organ bench. This organ bench that I'm sitting on has been repaired so many times. I really don't know how it manages to stay in one piece or stay together, let's put it like that. Thanks again to the wish list, we ordered a new organ bench, but it's just not arriving. Italian. It's coming from Italy, and the Italians, for some reason, just can't get their act together and send me an organ bench, which is rather annoying. But our friend Alexander pointed me in a different direction this evening and gave me some more contacts. So I'm going to get in touch with another organ builder about a bench, and if they can get it done quicker and at a better price, then I will be cancelling the Italian order completely. They've taken their time and they've taken the... so we're not doing that. And if we get a better deal somewhere else and a better made in Germany organ bench, then we'll be doing that as well. Right, let's have this piece of music here. Apparently I have to sing this. Oh gosh. Yes, this is just about as bad. Oh. Okay, I have to play it through a couple of times and read the words to myself before I do this. From time to time, I have been known to attack this microphone with my dulcet tones, my singing voice. And yes, and we shall see. Recited solo part not written in due to muse score limitations. Oh my goodness me. I've no idea. Let's just hope that it's all here then. Is it all here? I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love, and with your admission that you feel the same. I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me, I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. Oh, isn't that romantic? I think we need to change organs for this, don't you? I beg your pardon. Am I going to sing it? Yes, I'm going to sing it. Joe? Joe knows what to do. When I started... Oh, look at the speed of that. Sadly, it's only that organ that loads that fast. When we started thinking about these things a while back, singing, I said to Joe as a joke, I said, Joe, I will sing a song if you donate. If you donate, what did we say at the time? Something crazy, like 5,000 euros or something, didn't we? We said something crazy. So yes, but we're not that greedy. So yes, here we are. I'm going to play and then sing a song to you. I don't want to set the world on fire. Grab your partners, please, for a slow foxtrot. I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you, Mrs. G. No other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love, and with your admission that you feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me, I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. set the world on fire. I'm making this one up now. In my heart I have but one desire. I want to be a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that is you. No other will do. Fats Waller time. The worldly acclaim. I just wanna be the one you love, and with your admission I feel that you bleed the same. I have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me. Suspense. I don't want to set the world on fire. Get that, Chief? I just want to start a flame in your heart. Wasn't that cute? I did cute. If that didn't bring in the tickets, then then I will be most unhappy. I will be most unhappy indeed. Fun and games. Well, for you, yes. Someone, a long time ago, someone asked me to sing some crazy thing in the style of Fats Waller. This was live at a concert. There was some jazz concert in, I believe, Switzerland. Can't remember. And someone said, go and sing in the style of Fats Waller. And I'd had a few sherbets earlier that evening, so I wasn't too worried about it. And we had a lot of fun. I beg your pardon? Oh, look, there's a little a donation come in via YouTube from our very own Ursa Meyer. Ursa Meyer is she belongs to the what's the word for Betriebsrat in English? What's Betriebsrat in English? From the managing director, the board. There we are. That'll do. She's a board member, shall we say? She's a very bored member. B-O-R-E-D. No, but we know how that works. No, she's not the CEO. I'm the CEO. You're the CTO. You're the chief technical officer. Joe is the CFO, chief financial officer. And what's Ursa? Ursa is the. What's Ursa? What are you? Actually, no. You are chief. You are sort of chief technical officer, aren't you?
Personal management.
Personnel. She's our personnel boss. That's rather weird, isn't it? Works Council. Yeah, Works Council sounds far too British, doesn't it? Yes, the Works Council. What a horrendous idea. Let's, ladies and gentlemen, have a piece of music by the legendary Mr. Thomas Fats Waller. You know I love the music by Fats, any music by Fats Waller, and this is, well, it's not actually by Fats Waller, it's actually by Fats Waller's teacher, a guy called James P. Johnson. We need a piano for this. And this theatre organ comes with its own piano attachment. So it's called, and I'm going to dedicate this to our chief financial officer who just got me to sing. This is for Joe. It's called the Carolina Shout. ha, ha, ha. She's lost. She's missed it. There you are. Found it.
Bin nicht lost. Ich bin nie lost.
She was busy tippy-tapping away in the background and forgot that Mr. G was about to finish. Got me tapping my feet. Yes, good chappy. That's what this music is all about. It's about getting you up and about and dancing around. Virgil Fox. Virgil Fox was, without doubt, one of the finest exponents and ambassadors of organ music ever. And he was an absolute character. He could play everything. He could play the serious stuff, but he could also play the fun stuff. And oh boy, could he play the fun stuff. There is, ladies and gentlemen, out there in internet land, a wonderful version of none other than Virgil Fox playing a digital organ back in the 70s. It's the most wonderful thing you've ever seen. And Virgil Fox is playing the organ, and at the same time, Liberace is dancing. Right, work it out. I mean, how camp can you get, yeah? Virgil Fox play the organ and Liberace dancing. Yeah. It would have been a wonderful thing to have seen. And the piece of music being played by Mr. Virgil Fox was none other than, not buy me a cuppa, but buy me two. Or buy 2 cups for 2 people. In other words, tea for 2. T for 2. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tum. What we need is someone We need someone in the background dancing around like Liberace with an enormous wig and lots of sequins and rhinestones. That would be interesting, if nothing else. Who could we get to do that? Volunteers, please, step forward to dress up as Liberace and dance, tap dancey style, to my Virgil Fox style T for two. Very bizarre indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, it has gone midnight in this part of the world, which means Vanessa is about to turn into a pumpkin. That's what happens at midnight. And the carriage turns back into a pumpkin. She turns back into a pumpkin. I very slowly turn into a pumpkin. And then we both dissolve into pumpkin soup. Something like that. Anyway, yes, so it is midnight, it's late, and we have an entire week of festivals, so I do hope you're going to hang around and be with us for the rest of them. Tomorrow night, we will be taking a, what's the word I'm looking for? Taking a detailed look, no, taking a trip down memory lane when it comes to love songs throughout the ages. So from Baroque times to, well, roughly modern times, I think the 80s and 90s, the program includes. Now, I did not write this program. This program was put together for me. It's going to be fun. There's lots of things in there. There's definitely something there for everyone, so do join us. And we will see what we can do with the wonderful world of organ music and love songs from throughout the ages. On Sunday night, it will be silent film accompaniment night. So I do hope you can join us for that. That's going to be good fun. Get popcorn ready. Get yourself something nice to eat and drink. Get comfy on the couch and get ready for some silent film action. That's Sunday night. So there we are. Tomorrow night, love songs. Sunday night, films, silent films. And until then, I will say cheery bye. Or as Ken Dodd would say, tatty bye. And Vanessa say tatty bye.
No.
She's not going to say tatty bye. Why not? Tatty bye. Say tatty bye.
No.
She's not going to say tatty bye.
So tatty bye.
Oh, she did. She just said tatty bye. There we are. She did it. She did. Ken Dodd. One of these days we're going to do happiness, happiness, like Ken Dodd. I'll get my hair all funny, I'll get the teeth all funny, and I'll get a tickling stick, and we'll do some Ken Dodd. Oh, you're talking about Nigel Ogden now. Nigel's an old friend of mine from a long time ago. Nigel and I used to spend a lot of time together. Nigel, I used to visit him on holiday. Nigel visited us on holiday. He came to Inverness, stayed at my folks for a while, and Nigel and I had great fun together, playing all sorts of organs around the world. I then, of course, moved to Germany, so Nigel and I kind of lost contact. But a couple of months ago, I reached out again, or we reached out to each other, and we sort of, yeah, we've got our contact back, so that's rather lovely. I do miss the Organist Entertains on the radio. That's what got me into this kind of music, listening to Nigel on the BBC Radio 2 on a Friday night. Don't forget, after Nigel it was, and now Friday night is music night, which is why I called our Friday nights, Friday night is organ music nights, all to do with Nigel Ogden. So yes, so one of these days I'm going to try to get Nigel on the show. I'm going to try and get a little interview with him on the show. Nigel, if you're watching, I'm going to get you. Definitely. Good fun indeed. So yes, wonderful stuff. I loved that. Wonderful times. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, we must close this evening's proceedings. Thank you very much for being part of the audience. Thank you for your generous festival tickets. Did we have generous festival tickets this evening? Vanessa says, generous festival tickets this evening. Did we sell lots of festival tickets this evening? Vanessa says, not bad. Oh, that looks all right. That looks all right. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, there are 6 of these concerts, so plenty time to get your own ticket. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.